Reports. A number of things very quickly, and then if the rest of you don't mention some other things, I'll add a couple more at the end. Last week I was privileged to attend a presentation at Children's Hospital where Hyundai Motors, under a program called Hyundai Hope, presented a total of $325,000 in grants to two doctors at the university for their research in pediatric cancer area. This is not the first time they've made such a presentation. It's several years in a row now, and they expect to be back next year. It's probably one of those things that we won't hear too much about. Also was privileged about a week ago to go out to Front Range Airport and meet a former Marine colonel and his flight partner and a young lady who's a teenager taking flight lessons. They flew here from Florida and presented a check for $3,000 to the Victims Fund. All of their fuel, stay, and meals had been comped, so that obviously helped. But the program is called Teens in Flight, and this retired colonel has been taking basically underprivileged kids, teaching them how to fly, and turning them into grade A or straight A students along the way. So it's a fantastic program. Also, last week was able, I think it was last week, a lot of things have happened, was able to attend the groundbreaking for United Natural Foods. Councilmember Bersons was there as well. And of course, this was the roughly 500,000 square foot facility in Gateway Park that will be employing about 500 people in Aurora. So an absolutely fantastic groundbreaking. So, Councilmember Hunter Hollen. Councilmember Markert.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry, my back hurts. I've been standing. Three things. My ward meeting is this coming Thursday, 6:30, Garden Plaza, which is on Evans, just behind Joe's Crab Shack or Life Care Center, depending on your age and point of reference. Aurora Public Schools is going to talk to us about what's going on with them, as are a host of other issues that I've been gathering. Would also mention Saturday, 8 o'clock, 8:30 here at the City Building is the annual End of Watch Run Walk to benefit our police officers who've died in the line of duty. Registration can be done here for an extra couple of dollars at the door. So I would encourage people that are into that to help us with that. And then on Monday morning, the 8th of October at 10 a.m. at the library, America's Promise is our collaborative working to assure a safe and secure future for our young people. And they'll be meeting, their quarterly meeting is at 10 a.m. on the 8th. The end.
Councilmember Laguerre.
Yes, Mayor. I would like to make an announcement for Councilmember Peterson, who was not able to be here tonight. And she wanted to announce that in the vicinity of Hinckley High School near 11th and Laredo, there is a pedestrian access path that has been open for many, many years, and a lot of the students from Hinckley use that path to get to the school. And the owner of that land that the path is apparently on closed off the path. So the bottom line is there's a lot of confusion over why is this being closed and what's happening. So there is a public meeting being held at Hinckley High School Auditorium on Wednesday, October 3rd at 6 p.m. And it will be for the neighbors and anyone interested in that topic. There'll be information available, and Councilmember Peterson would like anyone interested to attend. So again, that's Wednesday, October 3rd at 6 p.m. in the Hinckley High School Auditorium. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Plum.
Yeah, I'm going to do a personal privilege. I sent an email out, but as a grandmother, I have to be very proud of the fact that my second grade granddaughter and my fourth grade granddaughter are now on student council. They both were elected, and I just think it's very, I'm very proud of the fact, especially since the second grader is extremely shy. So I'm very proud of the fact. My daughter also did ride the planes this weekend, where they have 3 days that they went from Yuma to Rye to Burlington back to Yuma to the tune of about 200 miles. So I think it's great. These
Does
people
the
are
shyness come from your side of the family?
the shyness comes from my side, absolutely. And then the only other thing is just to mention that tomorrow it's the city attorney's birthday.
And his email address.
Councilmember Brim.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to announce my next Ward 6 town meeting, which will be held on October the 8th at 7 p.m. And I'm featuring this time the mayor and the at-large council people. I guess they're going to talk about what's going on in Aurora and answer questions from the audience just to give me a night off. So I appreciate them doing that. But I'll be there as well. So again, that's at the Heritage Eagle Bend Clubhouse, October 8th at 7 p.m.
Thanks, Mayor.
Councilmember Pierce.
Thanks, Mayor. This past Saturday, I attended another benefit for the 720 victims. It was the Grease Monkey Foundation Pancake Breakfast up at Lowry Park, and it's just another example of the community coming together and raising money for the 720 victims. So we had a great time. My wife and I were there, and congratulations to the Grease Monkey Foundation for putting on that pancake breakfast. And then secondly and lastly, there's another one of these pharmaceutical take-back days coming up. It's on Saturday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can either go to here at the Aurora Municipal Center at 151 East Alameda Parkway on the east side, or you can go to the Medical Center South, which is at 1501 South Potomac Street in their north parking lot. So you can bring your old expired pharmaceuticals, prescription drugs, and they will dispose of them properly so they don't get into the water supply, and it's free of charge. So hopefully you all can drop off your unused prescriptions on Saturday, September 29th. Thank you.
Councilmember Bersons.
Thank you. I just have a short statement. The last 10 minutes of our meeting was appointing citizen volunteers for our boards and commissions, and this is so important for our city. We do need volunteers to help us. We have, 31, 32 boards and commissions, and we appreciate any volunteers that we can get. If you think you might be interested, you can call me, call the city Access Aurora number, and they can point you to the right person. Thank you.
Councilmember Roth.
Two items. First of all, my next Ward Town Hall meeting is also October 8th. So if you don't live in Ward 6, you live a little further north in Ward 5, October 8th, starting at 6:30 p.m. It's at Peace with Christ Lutheran Church, 3290 South Tower Road. And we are going to have art in public places, neighborhood services, and waste management. In addition, waste management is going to have an e-cycle bin there. Now, I've said this about 8 times now, but don't bring your large screen TVs. Bring laptops, bring old cell phones, bring batteries, things like that. They're going to have a bin free of charge. They're going to take those away and get rid of them for you. And then kind of along the same lines as Mayor Pro Tem Cleland, just a personal item I wanted to note. In 1988, there was a small town in the high desert of Southern California called Hesperia, California, and they were voted to incorporate into a city. And on that very first city council was somebody who raised me, my father, and he's sitting in the audience right here.
Is that who that is?
Howard Roth.
Hey.
So for my morals and my viewpoints, you can either thank him or blame him.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
That's it.
Good. Well, I will take the opportunity to go through several other things because over the last couple of weeks, it's been very busy. Just a note, the Denver Business Journal identified the city of Aurora as one of the top 10 healthiest employers in the Denver metropolitan area. Another top 10 list that we made. Several weeks ago, I believe Councilmember Berzins and Councilmember Hunter Hollen went to a dinner sponsored by Vietnamese community that was a fundraiser for, were you there too? All right, Mayor Pro Tem Plum was there too, to aid the victims of the shooting on 7/20. They brought in last week checks totaling $5,560. Last week, I was able to attend the celebration of the 202nd Mexican Independence Day. Also, was it last week, Councilmember Berzins and Mayor Pro Tem Clellan, that there were about 8 or 9 representatives of the Iraqi police department, governmental yeah.
It was a room
Yeah.
full.
Who were here to learn from our police officers about how to do things. And that was a State Department-sponsored activity, and we were pleased to be a part of that. And then finally, last week also, down on Colfax, as part of the Aurora Arts District, there was a public lighting ceremony of numerous buildings along Colfax from Dayton east, creating more of an atmosphere of inclusion and identification. I know Councilmember Markert was there, Councilmember Hunter Holden was there, and this was part of a community development block grant arts project, and certainly does help to move us along as it relates to that arts district effort. So a lot of reports, but there were a lot of activities over the last couple of weeks. Is there anyone else who would like to address council this evening?
Not many of
Seeing
that.
no one, we are adjourned.